Vulture hedge funds are profiting off of Puerto Rico's debt crisis, and people are literally dying because of Wall Street greed. The American Commonwealth of Puerto Rico is in a serious debt crisis. Many are not able to get the medical care they need because U.S. hedge funds are using their political leverage to get maximum profits before Puerto Rico pays their doctors and hospitals. And everyday citizens are paying the ultimate price.
It is a big issue. They could die.
Unfortunately, my uncle suffered a stroke. When they made the recommendation to see a neurologist, there were only 2 available on the island that day.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I'm an internationally known salsa dancer. It messes with your speech, your vision. It just completely changes your life.
The Puerto Rican people are in a desperate situation, and that's exactly what vulture hedge funds are looking for.
Including Blue Mountain Capital.
Andrew Feldstein at Blue Mountain Capital made our top 100 richest hedge funds in the world.
Vulture hedge funds like Andrew Feldstein's Blue Mountain Capital get their name by identifying desperate economies so they can buy up debt and bonds for a fraction of the true value.
And then squeeze every last drop out of their debtors.
They did it in Detroit, Argentina, and Greece. And now they're targeting Puerto Rico. Blue Mountain Capital owns $400 million of bonds issued by the island's energy company, PREPA. PREPA tried to restructure its debt in order to stay operational, but Blue Mountain immediately sued Puerto Rico to make sure the hedge fund was paid first.
Puerto Rico's debt problem has gotten so dire, the Power Authority cut off a hospital that's behind on its bill.
They're closing a hospital in Guayama. They were unable to pay their electric bill, so the electric company ordered to shut down the hospital. You have people who are responsible for healing sick people, and they're being laid off.
We have lost about 5,000 jobs. In order to reduce costs, we closed this particular ward over here and the one on the other side as well.
You talk to the staff here at the hospital and it's heartbreaking. They can only get medicine to treat children with cancer if they pay cash in advance.
You know, when we look at what we've built at Blue Mountain, we're proud across the board of our performance. Very excited about the opportunities for a long time to come.
Vulture funds are demanding to receive an estimated 244% profit before the Puerto Rican government is able to fund public health services like Medicaid.
The financial crisis has affected all of us. One government agency can't pay the hospital can't pay suppliers, and you don't get enough equipment to treat patients. Hospitals close floors, hospitals close down.
I have Medicare, but I can't find a doctor.
It doesn't stop there. Puerto Rico is losing a doctor a day.
There is a wait list for several specialties. The waiting period is just more than 4 months. And if we keep losing physicians, then it's an issue now.
The doctor doesn't deal with MS patients anymore. Recommends another doctor. I call that doctor, no answer.
My uncle, when the stroke occurred, he was supposed to have gotten care on Friday. He didn't get it until Tuesday or Wednesday the next week. Died about 4 days later.
Estimates indicate that vulture funds will make upwards of $15 billion no matter when they get paid. But they are demanding profits before the health and safety of Americans in Puerto Rico.
We have hospitals that don't have electricity. With no action, you're going to have chaos on the island.
Puerto Rico is in real trouble.
These vulture funds have lived up to their name. Puerto Ricans have been suffering the effects of savage government cuts.
Some of the hedge funds that are actually right now own some of this debt are the same ones that own some of the Argentinian debt, and they got their payoff.
3.5 million Americans are facing a dire crisis right now, and the clock is ticking.
We don't win what we don't fight for. So let's stand up to the hedge funds and let's fight for our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico.
It's time to hold hedge fund vultures accountable for what they're doing in Puerto Rico, the States, and throughout the world. Call Andrew Feldstein. Ask him, how many more billions do you need to stop pillaging Puerto Rico?